going to show step by step how we made our doll joggers from our one-take video. Using t-shirts, a ruler, pins and a needle and thread, chalk, and a sewing machine. However, this craft can be sewn by hand. I start by placing my ruler onto an old t-shirt or similar fabric. Using it as a guide, I trace around it. Cut it out. Since the t-shirt was folded over, I now have double the length. So I cut it in half to make two. Cut another rectangle of fabric that measures from the top of the doll's waist all the way to her feet. With the good side facing up, take one of the strips of fabric and fold it in half so the good side is on the outside. Line up the raw edge with the top of the fabric. I can use pins to hold it in place, use a back stitch to sew a straight line all the way across, or a zigzag on the sewing machine so it can stretch. Trim off the excess to make the waistband. With the good side facing up, I repeat on the bottom. Only this time I only pinned it at the beginning, so I can pull the thinner piece slightly as I go, giving it a little gather. Now I make sure that both ends are laying flat, so there is a clean edge on both ends of the larger rectangle. Fold it in half, line up the edges and use pins to hold it in place. Place the doll on top, use chalk to trace around her to get the shape for the pants. When tracing, I made sure to keep it tight on the waist, then wider going through the top of the leg, then thinner near the bottom. And I left a little space for a seam allowance. Sew a straight stitch on the line drawn, try it on the doll for size, make adjustments as needed, trim off the excess, then flip them inside out, take a needle with embroidery floss or thread, make a small stitch on the waistband, tie it in a knot, then a bow to make a simple pair of doll joggers. And sometimes joggers have pockets, so I cut out two from leftover fabric, then I use a little fabric glue to attach them, and you're done. Happy crafting! I want to give a shout out to The Fox Rises. What's up? Now I can go back to doing nothing. Isn't that right, Mr. Fuzzy Face?
Sophie, have you and the dog just been lying around in the house all day?
Yep, pretty much.
Why don't you grab his leash and let's take him for a jog?
I would, but I can't. I'm wearing my comfy pants.
Aren't you wearing joggers?
Yeah, but I try not to read too much into the name.
Well, today, it's a suggestion.
Aww.